Hello, Impact Nation. It's Allison again with your Techie Tips Instagram Part 2. In Part 1, we went over how to set up your Instagram account, how to link it to your Facebook page, and why it's an asset to your Epicure business. So now, today in Part 2, we are going to go over how to do posts and stories on your Instagram. And again, without doing any extra work, they would automatically be loaded to your Facebook page. So here we go to get started. We are going to start with posts first. So posts are just like a Facebook post. They are going to be forever in your Instagram wall. And if it's linked to your Facebook, it would be forever on your Facebook wall until, of course, you can choose to delete it. So I'm going to go to my personal account here in the little button corner. So you can see all of my posts for forever. That's what I'm going to be doing right now. So you can do it two different areas. One is your main screen. So when you pull up Instagram and you open it, it'll be that little square button, that little square button there. But it's also on your actual profile as well. So you can go right up to that little spot, click on that, create a post. And I already know what post I'm after, but if you have a particular album that your picture is in, you can change it to there. So you can either do recents or if you have albums created. You can also select more than one image or short video clip at a time. So I'm going to be posting this one, but if I were to have multiple images, I can do up to 10. I would click this little button here. I can select again up to 10, or I can unselect them. Click next up in the right-hand corner. Here you can do super generic editing. So you can change the coloring, contrast, if you need to tilt, adjust all those. Go to the next step there. Here's where you would write a caption. So I already have mine done, so you guys don't have to watch me type. You can do hashtags in the actual post, or you can do hashtags in the comments. Either way, it'll generate the same way for if a member is searching for a particular part that your hashtag is. We'll get to that in a second. So I'm going to press OK because my caption is done. Here you can tag people. So if I want to tag Holly Cleese or Amy Brunel, I can tag them there. If I wanted to add a location, say Oregon, those things just help, again, generate to the particular audience you are after. Here is where it'll show you what accounts it is already linked to. So it's linked to my Instagram account. It's linked to my Facebook. Perfect. If I wanted to not have it linked to my Facebook, I can just unselect it. If I wanted it to go just to Facebook, but not my Instagram, you cannot do that because you're on Instagram, okay? Just wanted to make sure you guys understood that part. So I'm going to share. Let's see, that's loading there, and boom. So now I'm going to show you guys quickly, show it on this part. Oh, I've added it twice. So here, you can either like it. So this is like the like, heart, angry face on Facebook. There's only just the heart option on Instagram. This would be adding a comment. So I'm going to then put in my hashtag here. So hashtags, if you're wanting it to generate to a bigger audience, you're going to want anywhere from 11 to 30 hashtags. 30 is the maximum. Anything under that, it's not going to generate to a big audience. So I'm going to click on the hashtag with the most. So this obviously has 35.2 million people who have used this hashtag. I'm going to click that one, and I'll do peanut free. We'll click that one. That's obviously not 11 to 30 hashtags, but you guys get the point there. That way, if anyone ever goes into the Instagram search and your Instagram is public, they say search gluten-free, then this would generate to their search. Here would be saving it. If you want to save any Instagram posts that you can go back and easily search for, you can click the save button, save to a collection. But then here is sharing it to a story, or you can privately send it to someone. So if I were to add it to my story, it's right there. Okay, so now we are going to go in to what is a story. So stories are these little circle bubbles right up at the top, similar to Facebook. So stories are photos or short video clips that are 15 seconds long, and they only last up here in these bubbles for 24 hours. So they are not forever. For example, you can click on mine. We have all of our Easter things from yesterday, but you can let it go for the full 15 seconds, or you can quickly tap your screen and go through them. You can also tap to go back. So this is what people are seeing on your stories. How to create a story. So you can use the same square button up here, down at the bottom, click on stories. Hello, you guys. All right, down at the bottom here. So there's two different ways that you can do stories. You can do them live, so I could click the picture, or I can upload it. I'm gonna upload it now, so adios. So I'm gonna click on this one. Let me show you quick. You can do up to 10 as well. So that same little square button that we had for post, you can click on that, do multiples, or you can unselect them. I'll select 2 just so you guys can kind of see how you'd edit them. Okay, so in stories, I can do text, stickers, hashtags, I can tag someone, I can add in music, polls, or questions. So there's so much more you can do. This is just the basics that I'm going to start with. And as you guys get comfortable, you can kind of play around more. So to add text, you can click this button right up here. There's different font styles. You can make the text bigger or smaller by moving this button here. And I'm just gonna write discover Epicure tonight. Press done. You can move it around, or you can pull it all the way down to that little trash can underneath if you choose that you don't want that part anymore. You can also change the background or the text color itself. So this little bar has different ways that it will show up. This one here will give it a background. If you tap it again, it would be the opposite. And then here you can change the colors. We're gonna go back to black and white. Here would be if you want it to the right, left, or centered. So that is how to add text to your story. You can also do the little scribbly. Okay, I'm gonna undo that one. So if you can see the undo button up at the top. And then I'm gonna press done because I'm not gonna do any more handwriting there. Stickers. So this little square smiley face up here, you guys can do stickers. So you can search for a sticker. So say I want hearts. Okay, you can go through, pick that. You can pull it out to make them bigger. You can make them smaller. And again, if you change your mind, you just hang on to it, drag it all the way down, whoop, to the trash can, and it is gone. So there's tons of different stickers you guys can use. Another thing that you can do is hashtag. So just as a post, doing hashtags on the post generates your audience. Doing a hashtag in here, we can do CEO. Then it'll come up with the most popular ones there. So I'm gonna do CEO mindset. I can make that smaller or bigger, and I can drag it wherever I would like. So I will put that one there. The other things you can do is tag or mention. So I would go back up to my text, go to the @ sign, and we will do Epicure. Official. Done. So I can tag them. And again, I can make that bigger or smaller by pinching it and pulling it inward or outward. You can add music to your things as well. So you can press the music button. You can search whatever song you are wanting. Sure, we'll do this one. It'll give you different ways that you can display the music. And then you can delete that also. Another thing you can do is polls. So this is a great one to help generate your audience and get engagement. Go to the sticker. Remember that square with the smiley face. Click on poll. You can ask a question. So we'll just say excited. And then you can type in what responses you want. So for example, yes or no, or you could do banana bread, pumpkin bread, and you can have that there, and then they could click those. I'm going to delete that because we're running out of space. You can also do a question sticker. So if, say I was doing this and I wrote, ask me about my business. Okay, so again, I can make that bigger or smaller. I generally put these polls or question stickers where I would think people are naturally pressing the button. That way it will prompt them to answer my question or poll. So if I did that there, for example, and they were scrolling through my stories, they'd click on it and then they could ask me a question, or they could exit, but hopefully then they would ask. We'll keep that there for demonstration. Okay, that is all the things for a story that, I should say the most basic things for a story. You can save this to your camera roll. So this little arrow button up there with the line underneath it, I can save that so that way it's in my camera roll forever if I wanted to reuse this picture again. If you selected multiples, you can go through and edit the next one by pressing on it. If you change your mind, you can click on it again and that little trash can button comes up. So I will delete that. Then when you are all done with your story and you know you want to move on, you press on send to, and I would want to share it to my story. You can send it to personal people, but obviously we're on the stories part right now, so I'm going to press share. And done. So now I will find it up here in my stories. Whoop. Now you guys get to click through and see it all. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so now it's there. And again, if someone were to click on that, then they can type an answer. They would send it to me. And that is done. Another thing that I want to show you guys about stories is how to view your viewers. So if you're like me, I want to know who is seeing my stuff. Just that way I can start genuine conversations. So down here at the bottom, it says seen by 29 people. So I can press on that. You can go through and see everyone who has gone through that particular story. You can go through that with all of them. The post that I just did, the Epicure one, this is where I would see all the responses. So it will not send you a private message like Facebook does. It will just show the response there, and then I can reply back to that person, or I can delete the response. Lastly, or sorry, two more things. How to repost a tag. So say you have a customer who shared in their stories their Epicure dinner and tagged you in it. It will come up in your message, private messages, that they tagged you. You just press the add to your story and send to your story. And it's done. That way, when you go back, boom, it is there, and everyone can see that someone else was using Epicure, eating it, and tagged you in it. Super awesome for just, again, showing different ways that your business is being used. Then, lastly, as I said, stories are for 24 hours, but there is one last way you can get them to stay forever, and that is in the highlights. So this is my main accounts. This is my page. Excuse the double. But down here in these circles are what's called highlights. Okay, I have epicure ones, I have ones about my family, other things. So from your stories, there is a little buttons down at the bottom that say highlight. I'm going to click on that button, and then I can either create a highlight completely, or I can add it to a highlight that I already have, or of course you can cancel it. I'm gonna add it to my family's highlight. That way, if anyone ever goes back into my highlights to look at things, I'll show you Epicures, if it loads. Then these are saved forever. All right, you guys, that was a lot of information. There is so many other things to Instagram. There is lives, just like Facebook. There's Reels, there's IGTVs. So much more you can do with the stories and the posts, but this just gives you a very basic start. Again, there's way more options here than there is on Facebook to do with editing or just things to be able to generate a bigger audience for your business. So I highly recommend playing around with this, seeing how you like it yourself, seeing if it gives you any other business drive and momentum than what you are seeing currently. I hope this is helpful. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments of this video, or you can personally reach out to your upline leader, and we would be so happy to help you. I hope everyone has a great day, and we will see you guys on our next Techie Tip.